What's up everybody, welcome back. I'm here with an updated build guide, or rather a build showcase of my sentries called Smart Cover build. I posted a PvP gameplay utilizing this build and a lot of people seemed very interesting on what the actual build was. I had an old video about this, but I changed and tweaked the build a bit more, and I feel like it's in a better place right now, so I'm gonna show you how it rolls. We're going to be using a sausage and an M1A, but the main idea is running 5-piece sentries with the vigorous chest piece. This is so that we can utilize booster shot. It gives us a lot more additional resistance on our smart cover. So basically I'm using one electronic piece, trying to get my firearms enough to unlock my weapon talents, and then putting everything else on stamina. I'm also using 2 electronic mods, which are quite helpful and pushing my skill power up to almost 43,000. So let's start by looking at the pieces. We're going to be using a vigorous chest piece here, very high electronic roll. Then I'm using 1 stamina and 1 firearms mod on it. It has health on kill, it has solid armor. An important attribute here, these attribute optimization is what makes this build very strong, and you're gonna have to optimize your skill attributes if you really want to build a true Sentry Squad smart cover setup. So smart cover damage resistance on the chest piece, very important here. It's also not that hard to get. There aren't many attributes that can roll on the chest, so you can calibrate this, but it's still a bit harder to get a perfect chest. I mean, I would rather have exotic resilience on here or protection from elites, but I have health on kill and I'm rolling with it, doesn't really matter. Armor is key again, and as I said, smart cover resilience. Then we have some skill power mods on it, as you can see. Pretty sweet there. Moving on to our mask, we have 750 stamina, 5.2k skill power, and using an electronic mod with skill power here. This is important since it gives me 3000 skill power, which is 1 piece. It's quite nice, and I think it's worth the extra stats that I take from stamina or something, because I really want that smart cover to be as powerful as possible, and I'm okay with going electronic mods because I mean toughness is just not really relevant. So moving on to our knee pads, 757 firearms, crit damage, and smart cover damage resilience. Here again, it's important. This is one of the key attributes again on the knee pads. You're gonna look for this. It's important. And again, using an electronic mod here to boost up that skill power. Backpack has a 740 736 base stamina, using a skill power stamina mod on it. It has some skill power on it as well. This is important. You want to get that skill power on the backpack, and we also, as I said, running skill power mods here. Gloves again. Hold on, let me switch back to the backpack. Forgot something here. I actually can get smart cover damage resistance here on the backpack, which would definitely make this build a lot more powerful. But since on the backpack every skill attribute can roll on the backpack, it is just insanely hard to get what you want. I mean, even if I get other things like main stat and skill power already on the piece, rolling the smart cover resistance is gonna be a challenge on its own. So it's really hard and tough RNG to get a backpack with the required skill attributes, and I don't have that. I would like to have that to optimize it more. I'm looking for that backpack, but so far no luck. So you can get around 3% more increase on the backpack here. So the gloves, we're going to be using crit chance, crit damage, shotgun damage, 748 firearms, and smart cover damage increase. So it is also important to cap out that damage. Then we have a holster with pulse crit damage, which is not really ideal for this build, but the stats are very good, so I'm using this. And that really settles the build, using a sausage here, responsive, deadly, and brutal, and a SOCOM M1A, a really high base damage and headshot damage. It has brutal, capable. These are too nice and cool-headed, which is good for PvE, but not really good in PvP. I would rather have something like Fierce here, which would be sweet, or Deadly. I'm using stability and crit chance on the muzzle, accuracy and horizontal stability on the underbarrel, and magazine size and weapon damage on the magazine. So it's pretty sweet. Looking at our smart cover stats, we're gonna be having 70.8% resistance here. 75 is the cap, so it has a way to go. As I said, if I were to get the buff on the backpack, this could be around 74%, which would be sweet, but we are capping out the damage buff. We do get that 50% damage, which is nice, using the booster shot as well. So with the booster shot and smart cover, we're sitting at 85% all damage resilience, which is the reason you see me not taking any damage in the PvP gameplay. It is very crucial to combine your smart cover with the booster shot to become invincible. So the damage I'm thinking is also pretty sweet, I would say. I mean, when I crit actually. Oh damn. Yeah, 1 million crits on the test dummy. It's pretty good. So you usually hit for over 100k on players. That is without pulse, by the way. If you have someone in your team running pulse, you can do like just one tap on headshots. On the talents, a couple notes here. Pretty standard talents. Again, triage, critical save, one is none. But precision is also very important for this build, because you don't really have the pulse yourself, and if you're running solo or you don't have a teammate with pulse, sorry about that, you really want that pulse effect from the precision. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And that concludes this build. This is what I'm running until I find a better backpack. This seems to be the most optimized build I can go to. I mean, I can drop a stamina mod, I would say, here, and go with a performance mod, but the performance mods I have has smart cover damage resilience, but they don't have skill power. So if I could get skill power plus smart cover resilience, I would definitely use this, which would respectably cap out my smart cover. But if I put this now, let's say with health, skill haste, I'm sitting at 73.20. So if I had skill power on top, this would almost be capped, like 74.5, I guess it would be. So I'm looking for that performance mod as well, with the skill power and smart cover resilience, but it's hard to come by, I'm telling you. It's really hard. But anyways, this is the build, guys. Hope you enjoy. If you haven't chose a path yet about how you're gonna build your character, this could be a good way. I would say this is very effective both for solo and group play. You can bring a lot to the table, as well as deal incredible amounts of damage yourself. I mean, high stat rolls really help with this build, so it's something to look for, to be able to, you know, get respectable toughness as well as keeping your weapon talents up while having an electronic piece going on. It can be a bit hard, but I would say it's pretty solid all around build. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video.